Hey everyone, welcome to After Laughter. In this episode, we're actually reviewing one of my sets, and so that it's not just me talking about myself, I have a guest judge, Chase, here to comment on my comedy. I trust her implicitly with my comedy, with my house, with my life. She's gonna do a great job. For background, this is a set I did probably about 10 months ago. Great, so here we go.
It's true. So when I get into breakups, I get really sad because I feel like
look at those pit stains. Watch out, comedians. Comedy clubs have bright lights, and you might be drinking for a while before the show. You don't know what you're gonna be doing, so make sure you antiperspirant, maybe double shirt it up. I had just done an improv set on the show as well, so, watch your footage. But this was a very amenable audience. They were very good laughers, so the set is good, but I think it's not quite as good because it also has a really lenient audience saying.
And this is how you mediate things. It made me think about breakups because I'm constantly going through them. It's true. So when I get into breakups, I get really sad because I feel like it's only me, and I always see couples. Sorry if y'all aren't couples. People always do comedy shows couples. It's we're friends. They're no, you're having sex. I don't.
So yeah, I am going real fast. I'm going a mile a minute.
Okay, so that's what I noticed. You're going really fast, but it doesn't seem like it's off for the audience. It's just hard watching it now. But the audience was very much hearing everything you were saying, and it wasn't too fast for them.
Maybe you have to slow down and do a double take to be able to hear how good I was with that audience, but not as a digital product. As an editor of both video footage and audio footage for different endeavors, going slower is better because if you have a flub or if I need to cut an or a like, if I don't have space, if you're talking like this, there's nowhere to cut in between, and so I have to keep the whole take no matter how bad a portion of it is. I would push people to not be anywhere near as fast as I'm going right here.
Okay.
But to maybe help you in a future breakup or oncoming breakup, I'm gonna share some.
So one thing I do like about myself in this set is I was really talking to the audience a lot. I was doing a lot of ad-lib jokes in the moment and commenting on the commenting and playing with them, and it's risky, but like I said, this was an easy audience, so it paid off well with these particular people. I don't know, Chase, what do you think?
Loved it. That's what I was gonna say, is that you're really talking to the crowd, making them part of your set, and it's paying off. They love it.
Great. I should not be taking Chase's job as guest judge. I should be letting her speak first, so we'll do that moving forward.
Breakup stories, hopefully it'll help you get perspective. My first breakup, I was 18 years old. We dated for 2 years. I thought she was my soulmate. Spoiler alert, she was not.
You're really good at letting the audience know when it's time for them to laugh. Because you said a line, I thought she was my soulmate, she was not. And because you said it in a certain way, you allowed them to laugh at the end of that sentence, where someone else could have just said that, and it's not a joke. It's just the way you're saying it, you're allowing them to laugh, and it's really great to see that done, because you've told me this before, you just need to let them know when they're supposed to laugh, and you do that really well.
So why I pause this moment is because a lot of time comedians might talk about a sadder or more somber subject, and if you don't let the audience know that it's okay, that you're okay, they might get scared for you and laughs might stop. So I talk about a bunch of breakups here, but I'm always reassuring the audience that it's fine, it's okay. I'm not going to be oh, how terrible is my life. So if you walk.
For 2 years, I thought she was my soulmate. Spoiler alert, she was not.
I laugh it off, even though I'm saying I thought someone was my soulmate and she wasn't, which could be a potentially devastating thing. Ha ha ha, she wasn't. Look, I'm okay. Hee hee hee. We can laugh about this.
Yeah. Wow, we stopped it for the same line, but two different reasons for that line. A lot was going on there.
Breaking up, and I'm okay, well, what do you want? If you want a surfer, I'll learn to surf. If you want a Christian, I'll stop saying the F word. And she goes,
So that was a callback to a joke in the first half, which did not land, and it did not land here either, which is a problem, I think. I don't know, what do you feel about callbacks, especially knowing that sometimes the first joke doesn't land and you've set your writing up so that, you know, you have to repeat the same funny joke, potentially?
Wow, I would have done what you did. You just keep going.
Yeah,
just keep going.
Just keep joking.
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 And change it for next time, but there's nothing you can really do. Unless you were going to call it out and be like, that was a callback to a joke earlier that didn't work, but that would just be a nightmare.
Sometimes, yeah, you can get away with it by pulling that, emergency button of you guys didn't like it the first time, you didn't like it the second time, spoiler alert, you might not like it the third time in a minute, and you might be able to bully them into a laugh the third time if you're gonna power through it.
I don't know what I want. I just know I don't want this. I can still feel exactly where she touched, like she burned those words into my soul. I'm fine, that was 14 years ago. I only think about it twice a month. Thank you.
I thought that was really funny. I was very entertained, and I don't have any notes. It was great.
So my comment is, once again, I'm going over dark stuff, right? In the middle of a breakup, someone has scarred me for life, but I'm laughing it away, and I feel like if you don't have that sort of delivery when you're going over things that could be, the audience could see as oh, woe is him, that you might lose the audiences. They might not be comfortable laughing at you unless you show that you are okay with them laughing at you.
Yes, you're doing a really good job of that.
But sometimes even the easy breakups aren't that easy. When they start with, it's not you, it's me, or we need to talk, or I've been thinking, ... Do y'all have any go-tos? Any go-tos? Oh, what?
Oh, sorry, agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. I was agreeing with you, but not anymore. No. I had a relationship with you.
I thought he was about to say oh, this is what I say for breakups, but he was just being yes, it's preach. And so there's this awkward moment where I'm oh fuck, he's not gonna play this bit that I've.
Panic at all, or you were okay, and I'm gonna keep going?
The audience was good enough where I didn't feel panicked. I'm about to brush it off with this at this moment there's tension in the air of oh, what's he gonna do? So I have to make everything okay, and that's me doing this next line.
I was agreeing with you, but not anymore. No.
It's trying to brush off what just happened.
Yeah, good job.
I had a relationship a few years ago. I knew we were going to break up over the summer because at the end of the summer she was accepting a job in China for 4 years and I was not going to China. Not that I had anything wrong with China, it's just we were only 2 months in and she wasn't going to ask me even though I would have gone and whatever. I get attached real fast. Anyone want love? No.
Thoughts. Sorry, I'm making fun of how much I say
Watch Chase's third after laughter to understand the reference. Just gonna intersperse.
I think that you're getting a lot of laughs. You have 14 laughs so far. The reaction timer is 40 seconds, and I think that's pretty good ratio. Am I right?
So we're 2 minutes in. We are 15 laughs and about 46 seconds of audience reaction time. So I'm getting about a laugh every 8 seconds, and it's about, I think, 38% audience reaction.
That's really good.
This was a very lenient audience, and I did cut this in halfway into the set, so that this is skipping the sort of having to let the audience sink in with you period. So it is cheating a little bit that the first bit of this is so high in the metrics, I will say, so that people aren't William, you're amazing, but it's okay.
But no, I actually am so entertained by this. I think you're telling us who you are so well with these jokes, and we're hooked as an audience. We're just hooked and want to hear what you have to say.
One of these days, I'm gonna do an after laughter of the first set I ever did. I'll probably have Chase guest judge that as well, and we'll see how these notes compare.
So I also want to say, William, you're making everyone feel really comfortable to laugh. And you talked about that a little bit before, where you were saying you're letting them know it's okay to laugh, but the audience feels really comfortable with you.
Honestly, the more I do stand-up, the more I feel half of stand-up is just being oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Just saying that as many times as possible. Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Here's a thing, it's fine. Here's another thing, it's fine. Oh, you're feeling weird in your seat? That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Literally, that will take you 10% of the way to anywhere you want to be in comedy, I feel.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're letting everyone know that they're fine, and it shows in this set. They feel very safe to laugh.
So I'm gonna go back to the beginning of this joke that we're about to.
Anyone want love? No. So she FaceTimes me from the shower. So immediately I answer. I'm like, oh, zip. She starts off, hey, I don't think we should see each other for the summer. I'm like, zip. And she was saying like, if it's not a long-term thing, I just don't think it's gonna work out. It's not worth putting more time into this thing. And what I'm hearing versus what I'm seeing conflicted so much, I just freeze up. I'm like, screenshot. And this was the last time we got. I'll end with this.
Okay, so I'll pause it after that joke. Thoughts from you before I go into a context with that specific joke.
I thought your physicality was really well. I thought you were showing us what was going on, not just telling us. And what can I say? This is fabulous. What notes do you have? I can't imagine.
This is the set that I was talking about, where if I do this set after I've gained the audience trust, it goes well. If I try to open with this set, I've had women in the audience literally go, so much so that I've made jokes about that later, being like, I know, like, don't share your nudes, like, it's become a new bit about, like, don't share your nudes. It took me a while to realize that that's why this joke in particular sometimes got literal gasps, because people have been dicks to people in the past, and the audience I'm then forcing that memory upon the audience. And so sometimes you have to be careful, even if you think you're just doing a silly bit, that there might be something nefarious or unsafe in there that you need to engage with. Otherwise, even what you would consider your best jokes may fail randomly, or not so randomly really, but to what seems you to be randomly. I have done this bit opening a show, and the audience was put off because once someone goes, the rest of the audience does not feel safe to laugh around that person. They feel like if I laugh, this person's going to feel like I'm attacking them after they just had a gasped moment in the middle of a set.
People can be so touchy. We have to be so careful.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
That was really funny, so I'm glad that you've now placed it at the end to feel comfortable.
Oh, at this point, I didn't know that. So there's about 2 or 3 bombs after the set using the same material. Like, this is golden material. I got, terrible sets, and I was so confused. I was shook afterwards. One of them, I almost, as happens periodically, I wanted to quit comedy altogether because I was like, that was a good joke, and then the whole set was ruined, and then blah. But you have to reevaluate. You can't just be in your own little box and be self.
Wow. Well, the reason it works so well is because you've let us know so much about who you are as a person. Like, we know you're this, like, you just want, like, puppy love and romance, and you're this sweet, sweet guy. So, like, when you get to that point, we aren't thinking it in a way it wasn't intended.
So that's the problem when I do this set first. When I go, let's talk about breakups. I just seem like this young-ish, white, straight male that's being like, let's talk about breakups, because I constantly go through them. And I write, like, it has a different vibe when I start with it versus when the audience knows I'm a goofy fuck, and then I go into it.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's great.
The way I break up with people is not good either. Usually, like, 1 or 2 months in, I know it's not like lifetime sort of relationship. So I'm usually like, hey, this is great, but I think we'd work better as friends. Then we hang out as friends. Then we start messing around as friends. Then like a month or 2 into that, I'm like, hey, I think it worked better as we were friends. Then we hang out as friends. Then we hook up as friends. And like 4 or 5 iterations of that, and they start to go, I don't know what I want, but I don't want this.
Great. Thoughts on that last joke?
You really leaned into it. You kept going, whereas you could have just stopped after the first one, and it got funnier the more you went.
I feel like that's a joke that's almost musically based. It's more about the like, I feel like the music is almost where that joke is more than the actual words of it.
William.
Yeah, it's Chase.
What are your do's and your don'ts on this set?
I think do's are definitely engage with the audience, like play with them, make sure that they know everything is all right, and that you are comfortable with any reaction that they would give to you. And then my don't would probably be don't rush through it. Even if you are vibing with the audience, you can still take that time, because I think they might have settled into longer laughs if I had a less frantic sort of personality during that. Yeah,
for sure. I think that's spot on.